Hello, 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 welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at both old games and new to try and uncover some of those hidden gems you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. We try to take a look at a different game every day, but right now with the Steam Skulls Fest happening at the moment, which is the Warhammer 40k festival, I'm trying to take a moment to take a look at some of those classic Warhammer 40k games, particularly the ones that I think have had some really positive impact in the gaming sphere, because Warhammer 40k is one of these really unique genres where the license is quite accessible to people, so there's an enormous amount of games out there, some of which are absolute trash, some are fantastic. So today we're going to step into Battlefleet Gothic Armada. There is a second one. We're going to look at the first one at the moment, and we're going to give it about 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay, and I'm going to wrap up with my thoughts at the end. It is quite heavily for sale at the time of this uploading, and I do also highly recommend that you check out 40k Mechanicus if you get a chance. It's at 80% off at the moment. I'll put the link below. I do also have a video having a look at it, so if that's the kind of game that you're interested in, definitely take a look at my video, see whether you can pick it up really cheap for yourself. So let's dive in. We're going to go normal campaign, and we're going to give it a go.
For 10,000 years, the Imperium of Man has endured under the rule of the immortal Emperor. The worlds of man are scattered across the galaxy, threatened by savage aliens, heretics who defy the Emperor's will, and horrors lurking upon forgotten worlds. It is a time of endless war, selfless heroism, and blackest infamy.
I see fortresses in the stars, a circle of 6, but they sleep yet and must be awakened. Ride upon the storms of chaos. Gather your rivals around you. End discord and terror throughout 1,000 worlds. Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of Chaos. You speak in meaningless riddles. What are the fortresses in the stars? Answer me or die now! Stop this foolishness. I have consorted with creatures far more powerful than you. Speak, crone, but I will remember your insolence. Seek the hand of darkness. Take the eye of night. With these, the citadels will be yours to command. A chorus of 1,000,000,000 throats will cry your name in fear and hatred. The stars themselves will run red with blood. If you have the courage for it. War Master.
Ooh, shivers. I love that opening. That's just fantastic. Straight into the Grimdark. This is what I love about 40k.
Captain Spire, Data Log Alpha. Battlefleet Command has lost contact with Orbital Station Aleph in the Naxos system. I'm on my way to investigate.
Sir, we're approaching the location of Orbital Station Aleph.
Captain, the station is surrounded by an asteroid field. I have calculated the best approach for us to pass through it safely.
At your command.
Alright, basic
Setting
tutorialization.
course.
Let's send our ship off on its run. The graphics in this game is fantastic, really capturing the battle barges and the Imperial Navy in a really cool way. It's quite cinematic, and it's quite fun being able to get up really close and see the detail that's been put in.
Awaiting orders.
Model. As I said, there is a second one of these. So
Changing course.
This is the older version. Really worth playing and checking out if you're interested in this kind of game.
There's an active minefield directly ahead, Captain. We must maneuver quickly, or it is likely the ship will be damaged.
All available power to the plasma thrusters. We're going to execute a high-energy turn.
So we're right-clicking here.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
And what are we doing? We're going for a high-energy turn. Did I do it?
Acquiring new
yes,
vector.
I did. Cool.
High energy turn successful, Captain. The thrusters are already recharging.
There we go.
Helm. Resume our
cool.
course to the orbital station.
We're almost like skidding sideways. We're almost drifting. I like that these are old school naval mines chained together. It's just great. Love the aesthetic of this universe. Drop the asteroid ruins and stuff out.
Captain, our auger arrays indicate that the orbital station is heavily damaged. I suggest we move in closer to discover what happened here.
Yes,
Okay,
Admiral.
we are going to go check this very cathedral-style orbital
Captain,
station.
we can reach the station faster by pushing the engine status to all ahead full.
Alright. All ahead full,
All ahead
crew!
full.
Okay.
Ready.
It seems like the station has been attacked recently. The enemy may still be lurking around.
Sir, I recommend dispatching some of the ship's armsmen to board Orbital Station Aleph and report on what they find. Your orders?
Alright, we are going to board our station. Let's do that.
Boarding parties underway, Captain.
I love... the drop pods are
We're seeing
fantastic.
several
there.
weapon impacts and signs of explosions on the bulkheads. We've found the command center, sir. This place is a mess. It's full of bodies. The station's command crew. They're all dead.
Act cautiously, Sergeant. I have a bad feeling about this.
Sir, we found a survivor. Sir, the station is a trap. We're under attack by
It's a
greater
trap.
forces.
Captain, a defense platform on the station has activated and is targeting our vessel. Broadside macro cannons ready to fire on your order, sir.
And this is where the massive enjoyment, like, it's just so
Course plotted.
satisfying having broadsides. And so much of the combat in this game is just this lining up your ships and just having them absolutely pummel each other from their macro cannon bays, which, I don't know, there's something about that old kind of naval fleet battles of the ships of the line lining up and just unleashing hell that is replicated in the 40k universe in a really satisfying way. So
Target destroyed, Captain. We blew it to pieces.
Ship
Sir,
ready.
I'm picking up some strange signals in the nearby gas cloud. Sir, the signals. They're iconoclast destroyers.
Chaos ships. This sector is a long way from the Eye of Terror. What could they be after here?
can we board them?
Whatever their reasons, Captain, these heretics
let's
must
get
be
closer.
destroyed at once.
Captain, consulting the ship's cogitators and machine spirit can help
we're under
guide you
attack
in
over
making
here, too.
tactical decisions in battle.
So
Activating
spacebar.
tactical cogitators.
So this is quite cool. It's not quite push pause, but lets us dodge missiles and things like that, which is quite cool. So what we
Underway.
might do, we're going to scoot up here.
Master Gunner,
and
we
then
need to
might
direct additional power to the
try
targeting cogitators to increase our weaponry's accuracy.
to do a quick turn.
Awaiting
and
orders.
Let's board. There we go. We're on. Boarding success. Nice. Can we take it
Understood.
over? No, we just suicided the hell out on this. All right.
Engaging.
Now, tactical cogitator we've got on. What did it want us to do about the weapon arc? It just wanted us to destroy it. So, here's our weapons. So we have heavy prow lance, light. We've got our macro batteries. I think we've got it mostly on one side by the look of it.
Targeting enemy
Let's
vessel.
turn around and let's hit him with our Let's hit him with our
Execute
prowlers.
high energy turn. Target locked in.
Whoop, I went too far. Oh no. Overcompensated, but at least we're getting
For
off
the Emperor.
our broadsides on him. We are doing quite a lot of damage on him, so I think we're okay. And that boarding party really helped to even the odds a bit in our favour. We're not really taking much hull damage. Our shield's managing to hold most of it. He's on heavy damage, and it looks like he's down. Cleanse the Chaos Scum. Alright.
Well done, crew.
Captain, the auger arrays are reporting more enemy signals. Many more.
A gigantic Chaos fleet. There's no way we could survive fighting them head-on. Contact the High Command immediately.
Unable to do so, Captain. All communications are jammed. Captain, there may be a way for us to escape and warn Port Moore. We could risk an emergency warp jump.
It's risky to engage the warp engines this close to the star's gravitational field. But the Chaos Fleet has us boxed in. Sir, we don't have any other options.
Escape!
Warp engines
Disengage!
active.
God,
Oh,
imagine if we could
eternal
actually
God
take it.
Emperor. Preserve us from the dangers of the void.
I'm not sure whether I can keep moving while I'm doing this, but
Orders
I
received.
feel like I... Nope. Oh, just got out of there. That was quite a fun feeling tutorial. Like, that did have a real sense of needing to get out of there. Like, it had to do all the basic, you know, explanatory stuff, but it was well packaged for what it was. Alright, so we've earned some renown. Cool. Our fleet upkeep's -4, and we've got 139 in total. Line ship status report. We've leveled up our main ship. Cool. Let's see what we can do with that.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos fleet is massing for attack. Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
Maybe we should consider someone else.
Isn't this captain from a planet that rebelled against the Emperor's will?
Enough! His faith will be tested thoroughly.
Love the Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you into the light of the future. Honor his servants, for they speak his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow.
Let us begin.
Let us begin. Poor fella. Not a nice fate.
We needed to be certain. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
I understand.
You are to be promoted to the rank of Admiral and given command of a fleet.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
You gotta love that music, right?
The Gothic sector is beginning to turn away from the Emperor's light. Treachery, sedition, and heresy have broken out like a plague upon our worlds.
Alright. Each term, some worlds may become seditious. We got to hold the Gothic sector. Alright, so this is the world map. We take turns here and we move and choose where we're going to attack with our forces. Right now we're turn 2. We have renown in the top left that we can spend on certain things, and we have world properties down here that represent various things that we kind of income and stuff like that we get throughout turns. We have 1 deployment remaining in turn 2, and we have to...
Your first assignment is to put an end to the unrest and rebellion threatening a nearby system.
Alright, so we've got to put down the rebellion. None of those rebellious people. So our goal is to set up an ambush for seditious ships, and the enemy is comprised of Imperial ships. If we're victorious, we get 50 renown. If we're defeated, we get 25. So either way, we can kind of, you know, retreat with that. That's pretty cool. 30% of the cost of destroyed enemy ships comes to us, and 15% of the cost of heavily damaged enemy ships. Cool. So basically we want to destroy the hell out of the enemy and win this particular battle. Let's do it.
This interface helps you prepare your fleet for the next mission. At the head of every fleet is the flagship. You must select one of your vessels as the flagship for each assignment. Choose your Dauntless Light Cruiser as the flagship for this first operation.
I think it's quite fun that it uses the fleet buy mechanic from the actual tabletop game.
You have another captain assigned to your command. This captain commands a Dauntless Light Cruiser and will assist you for the duration of the mission. Add his ship to your fleet. Smaller ships of the escort class can provide fire support or scout for the enemy. The Firestorm frigates are a good choice for this assignment.
Alright.
Once your fleet is prepared to engage the enemy, you should set course for the target system at once.
One thing to note, which is, you may not have picked it up, but if we did not select this Firestorm escort ship, if we went, you know what, our ships of the line are strong enough, we're just going to roll with that, we would get additional renown points for winning the mission at a lower than max fleet expenditure. So that is something that you can do to kind of get more resources to try and take on a harder challenge and win. So let's dive in. We've got 2 ships of the line and we've got some escorts.
Admiral, the fleet has reached the last known position of the heretic ships. Their sedition must not stand. How shall we deploy our flagship?
Alright, let's throw our ships out onto the battlefield. Where are we going to put them? Let's throw
now
down
you must
our
select
flagship.
how you wish to deploy remaining ships of the line.
I mean, this is quite cool.
Now that your cruisers are deployed,
as a mechanic,
you must next determine where to place the Firestorm escort vessels.
I won't lie, the deployment phase does get somewhat tedious once you play it over and over again, but you know, it's still a
Your
cool
new
mechanic.
promotion has placed you in command of the entire fleet, Admiral. That means you can order your captains to adopt engagement modes during the battle. These engagement modes define how your captains act in battle. You can change the engagement modes at any time.
Admiral, the Firestorm escort ships have powerful prow weapons. I would advise setting these ships to a frontal attack. A good understanding of each ship's weapons is the best way to know which engagement mode to use. The macro cannons on our ships are most effective when fired at short range.
So we can change both the default
Now that we've deployed the
distance
fleet,
and
it is time to root out these rebellious
positioning
traitors.
of each of our units when they're attacking. So right now our macro cannons, broadside, I think we almost want to be closer for our main ship as well. And yeah, we're just going super close combat.
All
with our
ships
dudes.
coordinate your movements. We will advance as one group at the same speed. We will set course for a gas cloud and use it to ambush the rebel ships. Once our ships enter the gas cloud, it should mask our fleet's emissions.
Alright, this guy's
Engines hot!
So we can right click and hold to change the disposition
Orders
of
received.
our units when they get there. So I'm clicking, right clicking and changing
Helm
the direction,
coordinates acknowledged.
which is quite cool. And we might as well
Engines
go
to
all,
maximum.
Whoops. I think I just screwed our ambush, guys. All ahead fools just made them all identified, but I wonder whether our plot armor is going to kind of
speed set.
get us through this, because we're about to go into a gas cloud and the point is to set up the ambush. So even though we just kind of
the gas cloud
came out the gate,
conceals our
we'll
fleet,
see.
sir.
We'll see.
We're invisible to the enemy ships.
Excellent. The trap is set. Now we wait for our prey.
Sir, I've detected an enemy vessel. Shall I engage?
Wait until you have identified your target, Captain.
I have a probe ready to launch, Admiral. That ought to tell us what we're looking at.
Very well, Captain. Launch the probe.
Okay. We select the
Ship
ship,
ready.
send our probe. So the fog of war's a very real
Choose where you
thing
want the
in
probe
this
to go.
game.
The probe will identify
and it's
any
quite
nearby signals.
I really like this from a space RTS perspective. It's really quite cool watching the probe kind of track out, sending us little radar pings off, and then suddenly, even though we know something's there,
All readings
well,
are confirmed.
we can see.
That ship belongs to the traitorous rebels.
Now that we have identified the ship, our weapons cogitators can automatically target the enemy vessel.
All ships, attack the enemy vessel.
Alright, now, what do we want to do? Do we want to, like, let him get a bit closer before we dive in? Like, we are trying to do a real close range attack. I think we probably do. I think I'm just going to let him get a bit closer. Nah,
We are the Imperial
all in full.
Navy.
Let's go, charge. Got our prow lasers
Admiral
going on in,
Spire,
and these guys
did
should suddenly
Ravensburg send
turn.
you to bring us to heel? There are other powers in the galaxy besides
Ooh,
the
they haven't gone for an orbit. He's
They
gone
can
for a
reward
charge.
you for your skill and your devotion.
At your command.
I'm not actually sure that's what I wanted my Firestorm to do, but good on him. Getting in there with a tiny little ship and just charging the enemy and trying to board him. I love
Your
that.
orders.
The enemy's void shields
We got through
are
his shields.
down.
That's
Sir,
fantastic.
I suggest that we concentrate fire on their plasma generator. Targeting
how do
the
we do
plasma
that?
generator drains
Select
the ship's
and
power.
down here.
They'll have difficulty using their warp engines. Critical damage to the enemy
right.
ship, sir.
Generator is
Their
gone.
void shield capacitors are destroyed.
Let's take out their guns so they can't hit me back, because I'm getting sick of getting shot. And we're just kind of sitting right on top of him. He can't even move because he can't turn at this point because we've taken his guns out.
Awaiting orders.
Are we getting full broadsides on him? Let's just
Course
turn
plotted.
that guy a little bit. This guy's definitely getting full broadsides.
Admiral.
He's got his frontal laser just absolutely churning him. Weapons are taking it. Oh, did I
At
just
your
run
command.
into my own ship? I think I did. That wasn't good. Close range is possibly problematic for me. We've decided
Yes,
to...
Admiral.
Well, looks like we are charging him.
Admiral,
We've
this is a
taken
battle
some
we
damage as
cannot
part of
win.
it, though.
I'm
Wait,
taking
what?
my ship out of this mess.
No!
Admiral, he is activating his warp engines and preparing to disengage from the battlefield.
This cowardice cannot be tolerated. Admiral,
you are
we
not.
must put an end to this pitiful display and make an example of this craven fool.
Click to execute.
Your orders.
Okay.
This
Execute.
was your last chance,
This is Lieutenant
Captain.
Kraft.
We just killed our own
Executed the
guy.
captain and taken back control of the ship.
Well done, Krath. You've been promoted to captain. Follow my orders and we'll get through
Heresy
this.
will not be
As you
accepted.
command, Admiral.
Okay,
Ship
get
ready.
orbiting. We're on fire for some reason. That's not ideal. He's apparently going to
At your command.
Don't love that fire circle they just got themselves into. Let's fire some torpedoes. Melt the torpedoes away. Now, I love how you fire. You activate the missiles and they just kind of stream out as your torpedoes. It's great mechanic.
Reporting
You have to
successful
kinda
boarding
line
action.
them up properly. Boarding has occurred. Fire on board.
Awaiting orders.
Their engines should be pretty screwed. What can we do here? We've got a little... That's our probe. Shame that we lost our little escort ship, but
Your orders.
that's alright. Keep going, my friends. Missiles are a while off from reload, but we are just decimating it. Okay. Fire away. Ooh. This is
Admiral.
Great there. Just tried to board us. Let's board him. Back.
Awaiting orders.
The enemy ship has activated its warp engines and is attempting to disengage.
We are not doing that, mate.
I have a strike team of Navy armsmen ready to sabotage the enemy's warp engines. We must act quickly and use the ship's teleportarium to launch the attack.
Okay, we are just gonna bomb the hell out of this first. So melter torpedoes are what we want.
Acquiring new vector.
We're gonna teleport some dudes there.
Your faith in the
and
Emperor is
fire
as false
all
as
our
your
missiles
courage.
right into him.
Silence this heresy.
Short range,
Fire
and then let's
all
just
weapons.
straight into him with our prow. Yeah, I gotta love it. All right.
Awaiting orders.
Teleported on dudes.
We should keep
shot
our
the
distance
missiles
from the enemy
afterwards.
ship, sir. It will soon explode.
Okay, he's about to explode. Let's move our engagement distance to medium
Resuming
range
normal functions.
so that they kind of move out of there. This guy needs
ships.
to get out of there. Oh,
You
no.
fought with
The
valor this
punishment
day
for disobedience
and proven
is
yourselves
death.
worthy of the Imperial
Had a
Navy.
mutiny,
Set course to
executed
leave the
another.
system. I must report our victory to Lord Admiral Ravensburg.
So that ship's had a really poor time. That's 2 captains down in 1 battle. I mean, oh, ouch. So where have we got? Does that mean he's still leveled up? So our new captain, captain number 3, has leveled up. I like that his portrait changed. That's great. Okay. How do we level him up? Like, what does that actually do? Because we didn't do anything with the last level up. We've got these requisition points or renown points.
You've exceeded my expectations, Admiral.
Good.
However, other seditious forces are making themselves known in the Gothic sector. I would like you to meet Fabricator Cambrius. He is in charge of the Adeptus Mechanicus shipyard at Port Moore.
Admiral, you and your fleet can repair and upgrade your vessels at Port Moore. By the Omnissiah, my tech priests stand ready to assist you. Your current rank allows you access to the most common classes of vessel. As you grow in renown throughout the Gothic sector, larger classifications of ships will become available. Follow me, Admiral Spire. I wish to show you the sacred shipyards of Port Moore.
Alright. We get to go to the shipyards. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's do it. What can we buy? What can we make? Level 2. You've unlocked a new cruiser slot. You have an additional deployment per turn.
Port Moore is the largest and most sophisticated harbor in the Segmentum. Here, you can see what services are available to you at your current rank, experience, and renown. There are several shipyards in operation at Port Moore. Follow me, Admiral, and I will lead you to the docking bay. It is time to show you what my shipyard can provide to meet the needs of your fleet.
Alright. So this is our Dauntless, our lovely ship. So, what we just did then is we had a look at our crew down here and we added a little bit to our navigator. So we kind of leveled him up a bit, so we're doing a bit better there. We also looked at our upgrades and we added on a bit of extra shielding, and we added a shield skill to our ship, which is fantastic. A defensive skill which supercharges our shields, so we can kind of defend ourselves when needed, which is great. We also have Dauntless Mark II over here, the Crown of Boeotia, I believe it is, which is our other mate that we unlocked. We've got some upgrades we can select and some crew that we can select. So we could look at kind of going, right, we're going to level up the Master Gunner as our level up here. And we're going to go for an upgrade because we still have some renown to spend. We could unlock a cruiser slot with our renown rather than getting an upgrade here. Maybe that's what we want to do. We could look at our different escorts, or ooh, do we want to add a ship or unlock a cruiser? If we add a ship, we could get a Dauntless Mark II. Or let's unlock a slot for a cruiser. Why not? Live dangerously. What can we get? We can get a Dictator, a Gothic, Oh, the choices. The choices. Oh my god. A tyrant and dominator. So all of these have different like layouts, skill sets, and things that we will infect how we want to play. So I think we're gotta go a dictator, right? There we go. We've got a nice big dictator here. Nice big this big ship. We will give it a... Do we have like a reload or a maneuver? Micro warp jump sounds pretty good to be able to get in and out of battles. Ooh, damage. Plasma bomb or disruptor bomb. They're both pretty cool. Let's just go the... Let's go the shield just so that we've got a little bit more durability in him. And let's go Oh, we haven't leveled him up, so we can't do anything there. Skills, we can give him one more. We'll give him the micro jump as well. Nice. That's a pretty cool little layout we have here. Do we want... What are we going to put on this Dauntless Mark II? Let's give him some better guns. Yeah, let's just absolutely max out his macro cannons. Loving that. Okay. Go to the Gothic sector.
The sector's High Strategic Council has met at Port Moore. The Council has a plan to secure the Gothic sector against these invaders, and you play a key role, Admiral. I will contact you soon to brief you on your next assignment.
So, now we get to choose where we're going to battle, who we're going to battle, we get to build our fleet, we get to go kill the tyrants and the heretics and the Xenos and the aliens come. Hell yeah. This has been Sidequest Gaming. This has been Battlefleet Gothic Armada. Highly recommend checking out. It's Skulls Fest at the moment, so things are a lot cheaper. There's a lot of discounts at the moment. Probably my number one that I recommend you check out is definitely Mechanicus. Absolute banger of a tactic strategy game. Really cool, 80% off. It's only like, $8 Australian at the moment. Definitely worth taking a look. And the bit I didn't mention earlier, it is free to play at the moment at the time of this upload, so you can give it a try, see whether it's, something you want to give a proper crack, and then go from there. As always, thank you so much for spending the time with me. Really appreciate it. Liking, subscribing, that kind of stuff makes a huge difference to me. Helps me kind of keep the channel going. If you got any feedback, got anything you'd like me to cover, please put it in the comments below. And as always, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.